All right, Shalom Makim Shalom. Hey, Yabashima Shai Braka Thumb to my dear brothers, little minor sisters, worshiping the Heavenly Father in spirit and in truth. Our praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, and Thabans to the apostles over there at Great Millstone. All right, welcome back to another current events, prophecy, and madness. And the subtitle of this one's going to be Sold Their Souls. And today's date is April 20th, 420. You know, that day where Jake is finna get high out of his mind. But while Jake is getting high out of their mind, it's a lot of these prophecies going on. And the end of the times, the coming judgment is here. So we're going to focus. Let's jump straight up into this thing. Let's see what Yahweh Shema Shai have for us first.
Explorers say they found Noah's famed boat, and Sydney-siders will be among the first to see inside.
This dark wooden room could rewrite history. The people who found it claim it's a cabin inside Noah's Ark.
We are like 99.9% it is Noah's Ark. Yeah.
A team of Chinese and Turkish explorers say they discovered the giant boat in 2009. It's buried in ice more than 4,000 metres above sea level on top of Mount Ararat in Turkey. The group carefully recorded their expeditions and want the world to see them.
Yeah, it's the first time to see that, to have the footage. It's the first time. So it's a historical finding.
They've since turned their quest for the Ark into a tour inside.
Explorers say they found...
So as you brothers and sisters see, they claim that they found Noah's Ark on top of Mount Ararat. Now the scriptures tell us that the just shall live by faith. We don't need evidence to believe in the Lord, but the Heavenly Father has given us a spirit of faith. But nonetheless, the Heavenly Father has left certain tokens in His earth, such as Noah's Ark, to show the world that He is real. Things like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, the chariot wheels at the bottom of the Gulf of Suez, which is a part of the Red Sea. All those different places where the Lord judged those people, the Heavenly Father has left certain tokens. So let's read this in Genesis 8:4. It says, "And the ark rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month upon Mount Ararat." And that's exactly what they say. They found this place, and you seen it was they was all happy, and they was talking about that was a part of the mountain, and it's frozen. I mean, that was a part of the ark, that cabin, and it's frozen, up there. It's frozen up there, and they found this way back in 2009, as they stated. Well, at the end of the day, Yahweh Shema Shai, the God of the Bible, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, He is real. He's true. Okay, this is Psalms 119 and 60. Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgment endure, and every one of thy righteous judgments endure forever. So the Heavenly Father's word is real. He's real. And what He says and what He have done is real. Okay? So, that's the first little video we have queued up here. Let's see this next thing that the Spirit had for us.
Things that are bigger than that, like God is also...
Let's start this over here. This was on the brother Aharon Amath God page. But listen to this devil now. Listen to him now.
Similarly, believing that there are things that are bigger than that, like God, is also just sort of a really grounding thing for me. The more you sort of study the Bible or the Torah or whatever, I mean, there is like just a lot of wisdom in it, in terms of how to live your life, how to think about creation and building. I mean, no matter what you're doing, no matter how kind of modern or technological it is, I just think that there are interesting lessons. It's really kind of meaningful to me. It's like at the beginning of the Torah in Genesis, most of like the Bible is basically rules for how to live your life, but it starts with, it's like, why does it start in this place of talking about the creation? And it starts off with like, okay, God created people in God's image, and it's like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean you're supposed to go do? It starts off talking about creation, right? It's like how God created all this stuff. It's like, yeah, I think that there's like a real interpretation in that is kind of personal to me, which is like a lot of what we're here to do is create good things in the world. So, I mean, I was raised Jewish, and I think I don't know, I'd say from the time I went to college or so, maybe I wasn't as focused on it. But I think a few things in the last 5 or 6 years have made me a little more focused on it. One is, of course, family and having kids, right? So you like want to have traditions for.
So, let me go back.
Similarly, believing that there are things that.
So, this guy right here, his name is Mark Zuckerberg, as you brother and sisters know. This dude is the owner of the metaverse and the Facebook and whatever else he owns. This dude, these devils been living a life of atheism and YOLO, and there is no God, and they've been doing whatever the hell they want. These devils, a lot of these devils are having changes of heart. Like he explained, in the last 5-6 years, he's been able to focus on it. But what's been happening in the last 5-6 years? The Heavenly Father has been turning up his judgments. The Heavenly Father has been doing things in the earth that you really can't explain. Science can't explain, and so forth and so on. So now you see this devil trying to give credit to the Heavenly Father after he did all his wickedness, which is cool, whatever. Yeah, the Heavenly Father is real, but that doesn't mean that you because he just stated he's a 1948er. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get away with all the wickedness you did in this earth, you damn devils. All right. So this is James 2:19. It says, "Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble." And these Edomites, they're nothing but a bunch of devil. They're a race of devils. So they believe and tremble. Really, he's scared. You know? Because they know that they're going to have to pay for all the wickedness they've been doing in the planet. And they know about the prophets, and they know the message of the prophets. And we state all the time that the Edomites are going into slavery. Zechariah 14:9 says, "And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one." So now the Heavenly Father is getting ready to get rid of all the false gods, all these different names of all these different gods out there. And he's going to have it to where only he will be worshipped. And his name is Yahweh, and his beloved son name is Yahweh Shai. That's where we're getting to. So aha, devil. You know, I'm glad that the Heavenly Father is scaring you, man. All right? Scaring you into believing. So now we're going to start segueing more into what the subtitle is.
Judaism. It's pretty simple if you think about it. To control the population, you have to control the people messaging the population. Some of these stars have 20, 30 million followers. That's more followers than CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC. These people have to be controlled. They can't just go off a message and start saying whatever they want to say. They have to be somewhat reined in. They have to be controlled, or they do not get the platform to have the voice that they have.
Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long, where they tell you what to believe all day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people. White collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Man. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to notice. Well, that's what you call a sheeple. That's the definition of a sheeple. People who doesn't rise up against their government, even if their government are doing the most craziest acts. And that's the United States American government. You know? These people are blind and they think they're in control, but as that comedian and these men is explaining, you're being controlled to think what you think. You ain't in control of nothing. So he explained that more followers, you got these celebrities out there, they got more followers than big news stations like CNN. You know? Why do they got a bigger platform? And it's because these people are being used to program you people. And because of their platforms are so big, their platforms have to be controlled. And who they're being controlled by? They're getting controlled by their handlers. The ones that work for the elite banking families. It goes from these big corporations to the elites owning these big corporations. They all controlling it all, and they all controlling you people. And it's all done through witchcraft. And you believe in a bunch of crap, and you really don't know what's going on. And you finna get hit with judgment. And Esau deceived you using sorcery the whole time. This is Isaiah 47:9. And then I'm going to jump to verse 11. It says, But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in a day. The loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. So since you've been using sorcery on the people and enchantments, you finna lose, you Edomites. You're finna go down. You finna see how I feel. It says, verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou know not. So you Edomites, you finna get jacked up now. The Lord gonna get you as you got the people. Let's play this next thing we have here. This is a guy named Funny Marco, and he's interviewing with T-Pain. And they're talking about selling their souls.
Add 1 cup of rice.
T-Pain tried to get Funny Marco to expose himself for joining the Illuminati.
That's a good answer.
But now I feel like it's really like you develop and keep going. You always wonder what's next. That's why I say so when something is going, it's like thinking about what's behind the door. So like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in the room, it's like, damn, it's another room. So I just keep going in different rooms. So
did you think that one of them times, because with me, one of them times I open the door, I'm going to be afraid and not open the door because I'm going to be scared it's just going to be the exit. I don't want it to not be another room. I want it to always be another room, and in order for me to protect that, I just don't open the door. Wow. So,
but some of the doors got written on it. You know what I'm saying? So it tell you what it is.
For success, where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in. I'm not sure if it's or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight. What do you mean? This is when you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left. There's to the right. And then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man. Let's see if it's all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that when you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure. Shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
There you go. You can open up what door, like, you know what I'm saying? You can have your career, like, I want drama, I want bullshit, or I want, you know what I'm saying? I want to be on the shade room, I want to be messy. Some people can open those doors, you know what I'm saying?
Some of the shit got signs.
Yeah, and they tell you, but this is what comes with that door. You get public, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get on the shade room, you get this, you get people talking about you, you get different type of fame, you know what I'm saying?
What are some of the ways they do try to get to a person of that magnitude?
Let me tell you, what they do is, they invite you to these parties, these house parties, and then they be like, oh, Whoop the Whoop gonna be there, like your favorite rapper, the big ass person, and Whoop the Whoop gonna be there. Oh, before you get in, you gotta give us your phones and all this shit, and then they might do shit to somebody, and then try to like and record it and tell them, oh, if you expose us, we gonna post it everywhere. And I know that from word of ear, but I know they do a lot of crazy shit in these house parties.
When the door has a sign on it.
And I'll leave it right there. You know, I played a lot of it. But you see, our people are indulging in selling their souls. Your different celebrities, every single last one of them that got that fame and that status, they sold their soul. They went through these doors, as you hear them talking about. They took place in these parties. Parties of Bacchus. They took place and they did these things, and they sold to Satan to get where they are at. This is Matthew 4:8. It says again, the devil taketh him up into exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. So, in order to get high status and to be all in this world, you got to fall down and worship Satan. And that's exactly what our people are doing, these celebrities. Now listen to what Yahushua says to the devil. Then saith Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. And these jakes know about God, but they've chose to compromise themselves and sell themselves. Let's play the next thing we have here queued up.
What I believe was Samuel Jackson, I ain't for sure. And he was still good, but shortly after that movie got done, he kept bringing it up. So Steve goes and rat him out. Well, they knew what he was saying, but Steve was like, he's becoming a problem. So they hold a meeting without Bernie. And they asked D.L. Hughley the same thing. Hey, what is he saying? He's saying that we gotta expose this. Okay. They amped his chip up because the chip controlled every vital sign in your body. Bernie got real sick, went to the hospital. And they knew what was going on. Steve Harvey knew, D.L. Hughley knew, Said the Entertainer knew that they ratted him out, and he knew that death was coming. They knew death was coming. Bernie wasn't assured at the present time, but when he started getting real sick, he said, these motherfuckers doing this to me. But Bernie did tell his wife what was going on. What I believe.
Yeah. You know, it's a lot of hearsay. Who really cares at the end of the day? But to bring point to the lesson and strength to the lesson, I picked this video. Now, this is about Bernie Mac's death and how, you know, he was a part of the Kings of Comedy, how they teamed up to sacrifice him away because they felt like he was becoming a problem. He wasn't going the way that they were going. Now, remember the last video I played, it talked about doors, and they explained that some of them doors you open up, you're going to have to sacrifice somebody or something. So these celebrities are into sacrifices. They'll sacrifice their fellow peer to get them higher in status and fame. It says the truth about Bernie Mac's death. Bernie Mac was exposing the industry about clones. He was breaking the oath. Steve Harvey told on him. All right. So, you know, they did all that little crappy stuff. But the crucialest part, though, did you hear what they said they did? What the dude explained what they did to him? how they amped up his C hip. They amped up his C hip, and he started to get sick. Now, the C hip is the MOTB. All right? The MARK of the beast is the C hip. Put the C and the hip together. That little grain of rice. And we explained, brethren, from the apostles on down, we explained that that thing is more than just buying and selling. That little grain of rice. But that thing will be able to manipulate and control your thoughts. And like the death of Bernie Mac, it said they amped up his C hip and he started to feel sick to the point of death. Come on, man. We ain't making none of this up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. This is Jeremiah 5:26. This is what our people are doing, and this is what's going on. Jeremiah 5:26, it says, "From among my people are found wicked men. They lie wait, as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, they are become great and waxing rich." So you got wicked men amongst our people. They're wicked. And they're doing anything to have these celebrity statuses, man. All right? Even murder. Okay? So let's play this next thing we have here. I talked about this video and then I found it. So I'm going to play it. It's an old clip, but some of you probably seen it. But let's play it again.
Apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but as far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream, and you know, I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just right now, I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more. I sold my soul to the motherfucking devil, and I done prayed. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. You know, and it's just like, I don't know if God can get me out of this, you know. I don't know. I done prayed and I prayed and I prayed. I don't even know if God can hear me at this point. But I just made the biggest mistake that I ever made, and I just hope, you know, if you're an artist, make sure you have an attorney to read over your contract, and don't let the person that you signed it to pick the attorney. Don't let them pay for the attorney either. Apologize and I'm sorry.
This Mark 8:37. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So, man, you heard this woman. Her name is Suki Hana. She's an artist. She sold her soul, and she said that she doesn't even believe that the Heavenly Father can help her out of this one. Because once you sell your soul, it's like the only ticket out really is death. How you could be liberated. You know? So, this woman, Suki Hana, she had a little breakdown. This is old, but she had a breakdown, as you can see. All right? When she was all sober-minded, and she explained what she did. And this is what all the artists are doing. And she was rather tricked. She was tricked, but how could you be tricked when, you know, this is a new artist? All the information been out before she blew up. So really, she was just being ignorant, being stupid, not being, you know, head in the ground, hid under a rock. And now she's caught up in this trap. And then this is an old clip. She had her little breakdown, but shortly after, she went right back to the demons. She's the woman that did Hennessy in the Plan B. You know, she was the woman that was twerking in the abortion center. That was that same girl. And she's that recent video where you see that she's talking about eating niggas ass. Eat a nigga ass. I eat a nigga ass. That was her. So she can't do nothing about her deal she made. She's in there locked in. And she's through. All right? That's why the scriptures tell us this, brothers and sisters. Proverbs 1:10, it says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. You ain't supposed to be selling your souls. Somebody telling you to sell your soul, you ain't supposed to do it. It says, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us and let us lie in wait for blood, let us lurk privately in the innocent. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as a grave and whole as they go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoils. And that's what happens. They get these people to sell. You got our people getting our people to sell their souls, and they're getting getting precious substances. They're getting a lot of money, houses, cars, clothes, and they're spoiling. They're spoiling their fellow brother and sister for this. It says, cast in thy lot amongst us, and let us have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. You're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to be selling your soul for money, cars, clothes, hoes, fame, anything. And you have plenty of brethren that testified in the truth that they went this far and they didn't go all the way through. The Lord saved them. Yahweh Shemal Shai got him out of it, you know. So let's play this little last thing we have here. An old clip. I had to play it again, dealing with the rapper Crazy Bone and how it's just all a game to destroy you Negro, Latino, Native Americans. These celebrities are set up to destroy you. They sell their souls, and a part of the deal is that they have to destroy their own people.
Meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation. Damn. So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for. Damn. Hold on, let me, So we gonna tell a story. We gonna tell a story. We ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do? They after us, not scared. Look, that black man. So look. So he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like that, like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted. Right. This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction. Yeah. Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen. Crazy. So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there. Right. Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting to discuss the future of hip-hop. Talk to him. Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign the confidentiality agreement, preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say, this intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. Secret meeting.
Yeah. And you brethren know, he goes on further to explain that they took the hip hop world and turned it into the direction to where it would create thugs, niggas and bitches. Excuse my language. And they will fund jails. They will fund jails, and this music will get our people into these correctional facilities. And did it work? Oh, yes, it did work. Oh, yes, it did. Because of this music, our people have become destroyed. This is Isaiah 9:16. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore, the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on the fatherless or widow. For everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer, and in every mouth speaketh folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So Yahweh Shemel Shai got all you celebrities' numbers. He got all your tickets. He gonna get you for what you did to your own people, and you rightfully deserve all of it. You will not continually be on that high horse, but all the wickedness and all the darkness you're doing in the dark, Yahweh Shemel Shai gonna reveal it, and you're gonna be judged. So that was it pretty much through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Throw out for you brothers and sisters that stopped by. It's another current events, prophecy, and madness. And this one being sold their souls. Shalom, Makim Step. Shalom.